Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Rantz. It's going to be a fairly brief one today. Well, I'll say that. We'll see how it all develops. It's Cassandra, of course, and slightly happier considering, well, my heart slightly calmed down after that game at Craven Cottage. And with me, of course, partner in crime is Shubes. I won't ask him to remember my handle on Twitter today. Let's know how you doing, man.
I'm good, thanks. How are you? So yeah,
that's fantastic.
Obviously, you were at Carabao Cottage yesterday. So, I mean, for those of you who don't, for those of you who didn't see it, I actually saw it. I was watching it on TV, and they were actually outside, and then waiting to come in. Now, I know for those because Carabao Cottage is literally right by the river. It's a beautiful stadium. It's a very old school stadium. But it literally is. It's the best way to describe it. It's like the Palace Stadium, but next to the river. Would that be a fair?
That's a good way to describe it. Yeah.
Would that be a fair way to describe it? I mean, I don't want to insult either team really, because I'm sure I'll have angry South East Londoners and angry South West Londoners that lost my blood. But it is a very unique stadium. It is a lovely day out by the river, especially in the summer. It's beautiful. In the summer and spring, it's beautiful to be at Fulham, but. You know, yesterday it was, I wouldn't say beast, it was more, you know, beastly, really. I mean, that first half,
that was shocking.
It was, I just think, I don't know what it was, and poor Fernando Llorente, I mean, oh God, he was more, it was kind of like when you order, you know, like hot, and instead you get, you know, lemon and herb. It was just very, you know, you're like, and you can chuck loads of extra hot peri on it, but it'll never end up being, you know.
Yeah, he did kind of blow hot and cold yesterday, or mostly cold. He did try and put himself about, but
well, he did. He did his job. He put his ball.
Yeah.
He put the ball in the back of the net. That's his job.
Yeah, it was a good finish as well. Nice little turn. Well, not turn, it's so much more of a twist. But yeah, it was, yeah, I felt for him, really. I mean, it was just kind of, well, that aside, the rest of the play, I mean, he kind of did what he was meant to do. The ball's up in the air, try and flick it on to teammates, but I guess the chemistry wasn't there at all. And there wouldn't be, will it? Because he's been there. How long and how many games has he played? So not many. So
yeah,
it was going to be tricky.
But for me, here's the thing. There's a really good article by Seb Stafford-Bloor and about Harry Winks, who I'm sure we'll talk about. But one of the things that really impressed me is that when Harry Winks, you know, made a boo-boo, and I'm sure there's a Yogi Bear joke somewhere. So when he made, you know, whatever made a mistake, it didn't deter him. Whereas someone of Llorente's experience, it just seemed to floor him. He seemed positively frustrated. It kind of, the way I describe it is, I'm not asking listeners to remember the Soldado miss against Burnley years back in the FA Cup, but if you'd seen Andy Carroll miss that goal, again, I don't know who West Ham played on Saturday, it was exactly like that. And for me, Soldado never recovered his confidence from that.
Yeah. And
I'm not saying this is the same thing, but here's a player who, all right, to say he's won the World Cup, it's like saying Ronaldo won the World Cup in 1994. He was on the squad, but he didn't actually win it. But at the same time...
Brazilian Ronaldo, I think.
Brazilian Ronaldo, yes. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, this is a guy who's experienced. I think he played in a European Cup final, I think, for Juventus, didn't he? I'm sure he featured.
Yeah, more than likely.
So it's not as if he doesn't know. He's played at the top level. He's won, you know, titles. All right, Juventus. Yeah, I mean, it's not saying like winning. Well, it used to be like winning leagues in Scotland. You know, it was like a one-horse. It was very much a procession. But he still, Juventus were. I think he won under Conte, which says quite a lot, really, how good he was. And no, I think Conte was considered to be a very good manager, and that's how he was able to go forward. Got the Italy job, but I just think if you look at what he was doing, he just looked laboured. And I'll give the BBC some credit, because I've started watching anything. I literally didn't even bother listening to Graham Souness, or I listened to Alex Scott and Jamie Redknapp. Any time he can give his dad a plug, he will. Yeah. But I'll fast forward, and I watched a little bit of Harry Winks analysis, but I think the BBC did it really well, and just how he set up the goal and everything. And I think, for someone who's 23, I don't know whether it's younger than that. I'm 22, 23, but I don't know whether it's Dyer coming back or coming into the team that kind of allowed him to be more in the final third to link the midfield to the attack rather than just the defence to midfield. I don't know whether, I don't know, but, like I said, I don't know, but I think those two, I'm sure Gareth Southgate has a vested interest in seeing those two play well together.
I was just thinking, I remember saying on the blog some time ago that where when Eriksen is out, I like to see Winks play further forward. I think I remember you saying something along that he's not that kind of player who will play in a position. So, might be another one that maybe only talked up to my my football knowledge or something. But if he does end up playing there to fill in for Eriksen, but I just want to show that bit off again. Anyway,
I definitely. Well, I wouldn't say no. We had Luka Modric play in the Rafa position. Well, unfortunately, against Milan, but that didn't work too well because although you think he's got the skill, he's got the vision, he's much better when he can see more of the pitch, and when he can then run into space rather than be the person that's in that final third. And because there were comparisons to obviously to Carrick. The Carrick is probably the most natural of comparisons, but the difference with Carrick was that he was hard to close down because he was two-footed. He could switch into either foot. Luka Modric had that. I actually finally found out what the move's called. It's called La Pepolina. Apparently it's not Italian, it's actually Spanish, but I can't do a Spanish accent. I can say, Mr. Foti, he's not here. But that's what I can say in a Spanish accent. But, but no, but like I said, well, look, Andrew Saxon's German, so his Spanish accent is no better than mine. Okay?
Well, that says something, doesn't it?
It's not right, it's hamster. As I digress again, no, but I'm just saying that I think Winks, he's still at youth and decided to learn what I call that, not the get out of jail free card, but that little trick that buys in that space, whether it's because Moussa Dembele had that drop of the shoulder, when suddenly he could just drop that shoulder and slide past you. Obviously he can do it all the time. Obviously he can do it all the time because then he would just glide his way into goal. So obviously numbers would eventually, take their toll. But I still think he had that, he obviously had that ability. I think Carrick, all those great players, your Xavis, your Luka Modric, to a lesser extent, Carrick and Dembele, had that little trick that buys in space. And I think, I don't know, obviously we'll go into how we line up against Chelsea. I'm going to do my lineup 11. It'll be on the bench, we fuck knows, God knows, and who the fuck is that? But, no, I don't know. I just think we see, I don't know, we're very lucky in terms of the fact that, we've had Dyer come back, and I think that strengthens the midfield somewhat. But
Lucas will be coming back soon.
Lucas will be coming back, and obviously they've got their transfer deal coming of their own. But I don't think it's going to happen because don't they have to sign him by close of business tomorrow to register him for
the cup game? Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I know it's a loan deal, so it's slightly different loans, I think. But even then, it's a bit of an ask for a player who, as far as I'm aware, he doesn't speak any English.
Nope.
And
but then again, none of the best of the Chelsea squad.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's just harsh on Ross Barkley. Come on, that's just harsh on him.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's hardly Jamie Carragher. Do you know what I mean? But no, I'm just saying that. Who knows? Maybe Hazard might want to learn Spanish. You never know. But no, but
he doesn't already.
But I'm just thinking that Higuain, even if the best will in the world, he'll have only trained a day to even get the setup. I mean, I just don't. I mean, he may be on the subs bench, but I don't think he wastes time. And plus, I think it's a real merry-go-round because apparently Atletico need to sell players to buy Morata, and Chelsea needs to shift Morata.
Atletico plays with Real Madrid, doesn't he?
No. Well, Atletico. Well, apparently Morata's after. He's going. Apparently, he was going to go to Sevilla, and then Atletico found out, and then he was like, "Oh, fuck Sevilla. I don't really like oranges or sherry. I'm going to go back to Madrid." And then Atletico they have P, and so they thought they need to shift on to Kalinic, and then there's another lad, and obviously Real Madrid, AC Milan, they have to buy another player now. They're allowed to go Christian Piszczek, and he's actually quite a talented, quite a talented young player. But he's decided, you know what, I'm not going to go. He might have said, I'm not going to go just yet. So it's kind of like a merry-go-round. He's basically, it's a very funny situation because I don't know if it's an Italian manager thing, but it's like you had by text in Conte saying to Costa, that's what you're done. You have Morata, who has zero confidence held in by Sarri, and yet apparently
previous manager as well,
and Conte as well. Apparently didn't want him either, but it's just a case of, you know, whenever I look at this, when I look at, I mean, Chelsea have got the money, and that always helps them out, obviously. But I still think you look at Chelsea and you look at United, and yes, they have access to wealth. But you think, well, why would Poch ever leave? Because you look at that, and nothing happens without Poch's say so. You know,
he's got control there with the club. Yeah,
he has a level of autonomy which I'm sure money could buy other clubs in terms of salary and budgets and everything else. But I think the level of autonomy I think he craves. I'm saying he's making himself a Bond villain now. He'll sound like that guy from that. Well, I don't know. I forgot the name of the film now. Not Die Another Day. Not Spectre. The one before that. Skyfall.
Not really a bright film, mate.
Skyfall.
Skyfall.
As in, he craves power, not money, not anything. Power. And I don't know. I just think, you know, and obviously this Chelsea game, obviously without Dele Alli, without Son, without Kane. I mean, obviously, if Sonny hadn't been away for the Asian Cup, and I'm sure we could have said to South Korea, you can't have him. I'm sure we could have done some deal. I said, look, if he wins the Asian Games for you, you know what? He can't go to the Asian Cup.
Well, we did kind of make a deal with him after the Asian Games that he wouldn't play in the friendlies. That's why I was allowed to play.
I'm sure we could have extended it. A little bit.
No, it's FIFA rules, mate.
Well, I would like basically he has to play.
International football trumps club football in FIFA's eyes, man.
Well, obviously, international football. Well, I enjoyed the World Cup. I really did, actually. So I can't technically dispute that, but I don't give a shit about. It's kind of like the Olympics, you know. I don't give a shit about athletics until it's the Olympics. I don't give a shit about international football until it's either the European Championships or not even then. I mean, I'll watch it. Obviously, I'll Spurs players may be involved, but generally it's always about the World Cup, you know. So I know I digress, but I think that combination of obviously three members of desk being out of it doesn't help. But I honestly think I don't know about your lineup, but I'm going to go for a 3-5-2 again, and I think I do actually think in a weird way this might actually help us in some respect because Vertonghen and Alderweireld, I'm not saying they're going to play fullbacks for us in this, you know, as in like as they did internationally.
Oh,
I think,
good.
but I just think that the way Dyer is, I think if we play that 3-5-2 and have Toby as in like as the cover behind, Trippier when he goes forward. So eventually, essentially, when we do go to a weird 4-4-1-1 or whatever you want to call it, from the 3-5-2, I think Dyer naturally slots back in the centre half without, we don't have the ball. And I think it does liberate Rose and Trippier to get forward. And if you've got Winks and Ericsson there as well, supporting, I'm going to go with Lamella instead of Llorente, because I've got a funny feeling, well, I don't know, because Lamella's wanting himself sent off for 2 bookables, I think.
Well, he actually played all right against I'll say all right. He had good and bad against Fulham, so it would be kind of interesting.
I think it was just. I think for him it was just association. Suddenly he's in Fulham. He's in the London Borough of Fulham. He doesn't see any. He doesn't see any cunts that he hates. So he doesn't know who to kick or who to punch or who to stamp on the hand, and it confuses him. And I think that's what caused him his problems. But I think once he's back in the arena where he knows, well, I suppose Fabregas isn't there anymore. I don't know, who really visualises Fabregas?
Well, that's just got Pedro right there, kind of like a older, no, I don't say older, just the same height.
well, I don't think he's going to punch Higuain. I mean, I don't know, Higuain's quite important in the Argentina team, but then again, so is Icardi. They are looking to evolve. I don't think he's going to punch Higuain. I don't know. Maybe he will do. You never know.
That'll be something. But I actually do think that, I think it will be like a 3-pronged attack almost. We've got Llorente as a focal, of course, and then I imagine Lucas will be fit to play. So I imagine he'll be starting off on the right with.
Can he be fit to play though? Can he be fit to play? I mean, he's been out. I mean, he hasn't had a warm-up game. No, and then Lucas, he hasn't had a warm-up game or anything.
Well,
it wasn't fit to be on the bench on Sunday. Sorry. So how's he going to be fit to play on Thursday?
That's why he doesn't training in the next couple of days. But I hear that he's back in on the training pitches. So I guess it all depends on his strength. But if he's strong enough to play, then he might start, or then again he might be on the bench. But if he is going to be involved, I imagine he will be. He will probably start 3-pronged attack because he's good at pressing as well, and Lamella's good at pressing. I think that's probably why I'll include them both. Yeah, I mean,
you're going to go with like a 4-3-3 or something? Is that your
kind of like a 3-4-3, which will then actually no. I was thinking about it. Then I was pretty confused. But then that means that Ericsson will be deep, wouldn't he? If he's playing.
Well, I think Ericsson's. It's a weird one. I think Ericsson's a player that likes to start top but then drop deep. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's, but obviously then that interchange between him and say Kane and Eric, and obviously the speed that's offered by his son that liberates him because he gives him a running target. I think Ericsson, is neutralised if you start him too deep. He hasn't got the physical strength and the archery. He's much better in that final, just in between the lines. And I just think you want to get in there as much as you can. And that's what I'm going to go for, like a modified 3-5-2, or a 3-1-4-2, for want of a better word, and just have Lamella basically just do what Lamella does, really, just kick people. But he doesn't do it as well as say Paul Scholes, obviously, because he never gets away with it. But I don't know. I just think because I think Chelsea will be interesting because they really look in disarray. I mean, they started off so well this season.
Well, sort of. Yeah, they were winning games, if that's what you mean, but they weren't playing very well.
I don't know. I saw one game against. I think it was against United, and now that was under Mourinho, so you can't take too much from that. But no, and I was just really impressed with. I mean, that was. David Luiz played well. That's how good they were at that time. I think Chelsea are having the same problem that Napoli had. Sarri has a really limited circle of trust, and he just doesn't trust a lot of players, you know. And I don't know, maybe it was just a strange thing. Maybe he's trying to fire them up, but that can go backwards, you know. And I don't know. I mean, you never know what Chelsea's going to turn up. That's the problem, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you had the Chelsea that basically didn't turn up all season, apart from to basically stop us trying to win the title. And then that was it. And then the next season they played really well, and then they just dropped off because they just got bored. And I just don't know. You never know what Chelsea's going to turn up, but we've obviously got the lead, and that helps. And hopefully, Llorente won't be defending corners. He'll be like, your job is just to head the ball. Just jump up and head the ball. Even if the ball comes at leg height, just jump up and head the ball. Don't try and clear it. Your job, we just put you. I don't know who their big man is actually. I wouldn't say Morata, but it's not me. He'll have left.
Giroud, big man.
Will they play Giroud? Because it's a weird one. Because they play Hazard as a false nine, but
that's what I mean. It will be probably a game where Giroud will have to start, but he won't start him. Just the same way he didn't start Morata. He just played Hazard there in the position that he does want to play, and he has Kante behind him in the position that he doesn't want to play. And so Chelsea are just a complete mess at the moment.
And therefore they're not winning 2-0 because that's the way life works as a Spurs fan.
No, I'm actually quite confident about this one. I think I've probably made up my mind. I was actually thinking.
No. But for listeners, Chris is confident. I am not confident. I mean, I'm watching it from the flat. I'll be essentially doing laundry while I'm watching the game, eating hopefully not too bad Chinese food. But essentially, I wouldn't say no faith in Spurs, but I don't know. I just can't see us. I want to be
last season, you mean, you didn't think we would win at Stamford Bridge and we won 3-1?
Yeah,
or earlier this season.
My job is to overstate liabilities, understate assets, overstate expenditure, understate income. My job is to be prudent, literally, you know.
Right.
And for some reason I said prudent, like Gordon Brown. But
prudent.
No more boom and bust. But no, I don't know. I look at us and I think, well, with all the injuries we've had, it's going to be like an incredible achievement if we do anything. But I don't know. I mean, I just got a funny feeling that for some reason I think Skip's going to play a part in this. I don't know why. I just don't. Because he is. Well, he looks like 30, even though he is only 19. But
wouldn't be too bad an option if he did play. I think. Well, I just imagine he'd probably go with the experience first. But then again, I say experience first, but then again we've got no one in the middle really.
Well, I think we've got Dyer coming back, so and hopefully Dyer can play a full 90 minutes because it was appendicitis. It wasn't like as if he had a muscular injury. And so, he had to rehab. So it's not as if like he was, once they would have had the appendix, healed him up, and then it was just, accelerated start.
I suppose, that's probably true. So maybe he will be alongside Winks in the middle. That's one thing I'm kind of happy. Well,
I think they're going to play basically. Gareth Southgate is going to basically watch us line up how he wishes he could play if he had a Christian Eriksen. Honestly,
he has Ross Barkley can play for him, so that's another story.
See, look, first you're insulting Ross Barkley's English, now you're insulting Ross Barkley again. I mean, I know he turned us down. Let it go.
Well, I'm happy with that. I mean, like I say, if you're happy to just pick up the paycheck at Chelsea, then that's
look,
it
worked for I forgot what's his name now. Bradley, Sean Wright Phillips. It worked for Steve Sidwell,
Oh, Sidwell, I forgot about him.
It worked for Malco Marin.
Blimey, you just pick out these names from the history book, won't you?
No, the reason I remember Steve Sidwell is because somehow it was just the most bizarre signing. He leaves Reading, and he just for some reason Chelsea of all teams decided we need to sign someone. He's on a free. Steve Sidwell, we're going to sign him. For financial prudence. And then they signed Balak on a free as well. but with a slightly higher wage packet. And then Steve Sidwell trying to get, to tell you he had Makalele ahead of him, so he was always going to be an understudy. But
well, that's a career path he chose. So
yeah,
it's all good.
But like I said, Chris will be there. I mean, what away pub? Will you have any time to go to the away pub? Because I mean, it's going to be a nightmare trip for you, isn't it? Because I'm just saying, because I mean, Southwest London isn't exactly the easiest place to get to at the best of times, anyway.
No, I managed it quite easily for the Fulham game. I just stayed in Putney for a bit, and had real expensive beer to drink. But that was Sunday afternoon. Sunday evening, it's slightly different, though, isn't it? No, that'll be fine. I mean, the last time I think we had a late game at Stamford Bridge a couple of years ago, didn't we? And obviously that didn't work out too well. So,
do you have your knife vest and gas mask? Because I'm sure they're going to mention some kind of gas attack.
What, you mean the Chelsea fans? Yeah. Looking forward to that one. It's always the last thing in Stamford Bridge, listening to the japes and the jokes. Yeah, and I'll make sure my foreskin is all nice and prepared for them. I always want to know about my foreskin for some reason, but
you know what? I didn't even need to know that. I didn't need to have that.
No.
Do you know what? You know what? I said that was a wonderful addition of Rantz. I've been one of your co-host Shubes. You can reach me at the real Shubon, and he's been Chris. You can reach him at Chrisandro _. He's man like Chris on Twitter.
Yeah, well there you go. It is all there, by the way, Chelsea fans. It is all there. So
don't need to know. You don't need to know anything more. Don't need to know. Don't want to know.
But just got to know.
No.
The one thing that's we'll go there and we will get to the final. That's literally all I care about.
And then we'll probably end up losing to the Man City B team, but we'll deal with that bridge when we come to it.
No, we won't lose to the Man City. Do you see the way we played against them in the league? No, we won't lose to them.
No, we'll probably lose to their C team instead. Anyway, I'll leave. Anyway, so Chris, where can people find you pre-game if they want to meet you?
I have no idea because I'm literally just going to be running up there, and I'll be outside.
In the hail of spit,
pretty much.
Pretty much.
Spoons and Hammersmith or something like
that. You know what I don't get right? I don't think I've ever spat at any rival fans before. Honestly, I've never thought
about your hooligan days, so don't try.
What do you mean my hooligan days?
Don't give it a big one.
What do you mean my hooligan? What have I, apart from wanting to commit acts of violence towards West Ham? And
yeah, everyone remembers you taking on the entire ICF lot as all. It's legendary. You're a legend at Spurs.
I don't think that was me.
I've written it, so it's you. So it's it's all done.
Yeah, well, see, obviously, I will leave Chris to do his fake news, obviously. But I'm still look. People know this. I drink in the Amra Palms and the Coaching Horses. I don't drink in Scholars or LTs. Okay. Not saying that people who drink in that establishment are anything to do with that element of the army.
Yeah, they're all good, upstanding, fine gentlemen, I'm sure.
I'm sure many of them have retired from that way of life. Well, anyway, I'm going to retire from this pod. So please subscribe to www.facebook.com/supplement. Well, I said, we're all looking to get opinions. I think we're at 4,000 members now.
You mean on Facebook?
Yeah.
Close enough. Just coming up to 2,000.
2,000. So yeah, I basically did Donald Trump and oversay my numbers. But no, like I said, I think like I said, we're always adding new members. And if you do want to invite people to join the podcast, that's always great. But again, we do ask you to make sure that these are Spurs fans only. And like I said, obviously Chris will be. I'll be live tweeting, obviously. I don't know what the reception is like at Stamford Bridge. I'm sure Chris will be obviously doing his videos. And look, hopefully we will...
no, hopefully about it. We'll do this.
Hopefully we'll end up going back to Wembley because, we never go to Wembley after enough as it is anyway.
No, we're going to do this. We're all going to be good. And, Carl Burton overturn that 9-0 deficit. We're looking forward to seeing you in the final.
We believe in you, Burton.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. We believe. It's all about belief. We just have to believe in it.
Well, do you know what? I actually did this on. I've actually, because for those of you who don't know, I'll happily mention the right pods because they're friends of mine, and I get on with the pod them really well. So one of my favourite pods is actually the 4-Star Spurs podcast, and I did a question for them, and hopefully, if you listen to them tomorrow, you can find them on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. But one of the things I mentioned was the 10-year challenge, and I said, you know what? That 10-year challenge thing. Obviously, I've done it. Chris has done his. Loads of people have done theirs, but 10 years ago, I think we would have lost that game. Mm-hmm. Even if, I think obviously Bale was starting to come into his own a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we had Luka playing brilliantly, but I still think, no, Bale wasn't actually. Bale was the jinx at the time. He wasn't, it was actually Luka, but I'm saying we weren't the team that were going to go on to win those things,
Mm-hmm.
We still had that suspicion of kind of weakness really about us. Mm-hmm. And I definitely do think, would say, someone like, but I think 10 years ago we would have lost that game.
Yep.
We required a few good performers to get us through games. And if they didn't turn up, the team wasn't good enough on its own. Mm-hmm. Whereas now, I think the team is good enough on its own to win games. Is it going to be good enough to win the big games without say, Dele, Harry and Sonny? We'll find out.
We shall see. Mm-hmm.
So, as always, come on you Spurs.
Come on you Spurs. You'll take care.